You guys, how much do we all seriously love 1958 Fords? I know. Feast your space-age automotive styling-loving senses on this. Joyride is brought to you by Holiday Jubilee and Addicted to Americana. Where do we even begin to think of beginning of beholding the glory of this spellbinding, hypnotizing, and mesmerizing 1958 Ford Fairlane 500, that commanding front end, that stunning roofline, that sweeping side spear, that fin. And do we need to have a serious talk about that color? Turquoise and cream. Inside and out. So what's the backstory of this car?
Well, I looked for one for like 4 years, and I took trips to Texas, and that didn't pan out, and then I found this in Shingle Springs, California.
Shingle Springs, California?
Yep. And I flew up there, and I liked it, and I drove it, and I bought it that day, and I just took a chance, and I drove it home. You know, as you get older, you always want the car you remember the most, and that was the one I remember.
Now, how did you first come upon a 58 Ford in your life?
Oh, the neighbor down the street had one that his kid had wrecked, and my dad bought the front tires off it and gave the guy another $10, and we pushed the car down the street, and it became my car when I was 13. I've had quite a few of them too, yeah.
Well, how rare is this car? How many other nice ones have you seen that are as nice as this?
I don't think I've ever seen another one that's as nice as this.
Rare is the day that we have the thrill of being in the presence of a gorgeous 1958 Ford Fairlane 500. We are going to talk about some of the most exciting features of the 58, and believe me, there are many of them. When was the last time you saw one of these? It's been a long time. In fact, I can tell you with great confidence, this is the nicest one I have ever had the pleasure of beholding the glory of being in its beautiful presence. Look at that magical styling. Right over here, that sweeping style line. But before we get to that, look at the delightful detail of these wheel covers. So poised and proper and dignified, almost like a Mark II, I know. But yeah, here it is, one of the best sweeping side spears that any car ever had, because rare is the day you are going to find any car where the sweeping side spear is filled with gold anodized aluminum. And how about that big like whoosh right there? I know. Absolutely beautiful in every way, every day. The flare of that rear fender. And right there, in case you forget, yes, it is a Fairlane 500. Oh yes, and the back end. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 taillights. The chromiest taillight housings Ford ever had. Each one of them reminds me of like a popsicle, you guys. When I was a little kid, I thought these were popsicle taillights, so to me, they always will be. The backup lights only work when the headlights are on. That is a special 58 Ford feature. Again, a gentle reminder, Fairlane, look at that. That big bumper. Optional, rare exhaust tips for you and your pleasure. Not to mention, you guys, can you see the roof on this car? It's got grooves. I know. Oh, and that roof line, that wraparound rear window. And look at the beautiful front. Oh, I know. Have we talked about the little scoop right there? The little crest, Ford's famous crest right there. Fairlane 500, lest you forget. These fender ornaments. Little gold detail right there for you. Dual quad headlights. And look at that grille, that whole grille bumper assembly right there. Very meaningful. Whoa, I know. And that pattern right there. Oh yeah, I know, it's almost too much. Look at this interior, you guys. Speaking of turquoise on turquoise, isn't that gorgeous? I know. And oh, color coordinated dash alert. Oh yes it is. And how much do you love the fact that it says Master Guide Power Steering? I know. And how about that brake pedal? Swift Sure Power Brakes! Don't you love that? I knew you would, of course you do. And of course Ford is famous for all of its ivory knobs. Look at the gear shift selector right there, I know. It's really coming out to greet ya. Details for days, select air. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this car is rare with air, and there is the rare air right there. Radio, clock, and a gentle reminder of the mark you are driving. And my favorite little detail in the whole interior of the car, Interceptor Special V8. Look how small that is on there. I know. And there it is, Interceptor Thunderbird Special. Oh yeah, and how about that sea clear right there? I love that. So how much horsepower does this car have, Mark?
These have 300 horsepower. And this engine turned into 390, a 427, all the FEs that they ran all the way through the 60s.
Oh, how much do we all love brochures, you guys? There it is, 1958 Ford Fairlane 500. The Skyliner, the retractable hardtop. And then here is, oh, the four-door hardtop. And don't you love that bumblebee interior? I know. And here it is right here. That is what we are with today, the Fairlane 500 Club Victoria. Look at that. I love the puppy loves the interior too.
This was my first car that my dad bought for 35 bucks. That I had to put another front end on it that I got for free from a friend of ours that went to our church. And the work I did to it before I put an Earl Shy paint job on it when I was 15.
So you've been into 58 Fords a long time.
Right, yeah. He had one. My grandfather had a Ranchero. They just seem to keep popping up in my life.
So you're a 58 Ford family.
Yes, we are.
This car is actually extra super special to me, you guys, because the day that I turned 7 years old, we were on our way to Disneyland. My aunt was driving. She had this exact car in this exact color, and it started to rain on the way. And my mother was sitting in the front seat, turned around to me in the back seat and said, "I'm sorry, it's raining. We're not going to Disneyland. Where would you like to go instead of Disneyland for your birthday?" And I'm like, and the first thing that came to mind, I remember, Vince's Spaghetti in Ontario. Vince's Spaghetti is what's for dinner. Homespun and family run since 1945. And look at this place. A picture perfect example of California casual in my hometown. Behold the glory. I know. This is what I'm talking about. Look at that. A big, giant plate of Vince's spaghetti. Can't forget the Parmesan cheese. Actually, that's not enough. I like a lot of cheese on my spaghetti. Don't you? Okay, here we go. Diving in. Oh! Oh no. Oh dear. Spaghetti sauce everywhere. This is, well, you know what? It tastes like home to me, because Vince's Spaghetti, I've been coming here my whole life. Cheers. That is so good. We might as well just get it out in the open. This 1958 Ford Fairlane 500 is more than a classic car. More than a mid-century modern masterpiece. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this 1958 Ford Fairlane 500 is a world-class national treasure. Behold the glory. I know. Thank you, Mark.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for watching this episode of Joyride. You guys, don't forget to subscribe. Write down, wait, is it there or there? It's somewhere. Subscribe. Yes, subscribe. Also, I'm available on Cameo to send personal video greetings, a congratulations, a happy birthday, a happy anniversary, or whatever the occasion may be. Also, don't forget to check out my books, Holiday Jubilee and Addicted to Americana. CharlesPhoenix.com for all that and more. Joyride has been brought to you by Holiday Jubilee and Addicted to Americana. Colorful coffee table books make great gifts. Order your signed copies now at CharlesPhoenix.com. We ship worldwide.